Sandy. Yeah, let's give it up for Sandy. Our first brave soul of the night. The microphone is yours.
I actually even brought my own trophy.
Yeah, you can adjust if you need to.
Because the theme was junk. And I decided, well, I'll find a piece of junk and see, and talk about it. And it's this little, stupid looking trophy. It says SEAS Region 4 AAA and Trio Girls. Thank you. And this is Trio Girls. And that was the league that Memorial Day School was in back in 1986. I was a 17-year-old senior, and I got to sing in the girls' trio. And I had been in chorus starting with 8th grade, and I always wanted to be in the trio because I always had at least one close friend who was. And finally, my senior year, the stars and the planets were aligned perfectly, and light shone down upon me, and I was chosen. Not really. My friend Elizabeth had graduated, so there was an open position. So my teacher put me in as second soprano. And the purpose was to compete in this competition. And the girls' trio was probably the biggest one, aside from like men's quartet and solo. And when we finally got to sing, it was weird because I could not, my teacher was standing, in front of us, but I couldn't even see anything behind her. Like right now with the lights, I can still see the front row, but I couldn't even see that. So it really took away a lot of the anxiety because, I couldn't see the judges who were scrutinizing every move we made. But as we're singing, it's like everything that she had tried to drill into our thick teenage skulls finally sunk in, and it just clicked. And we went from being 3 individuals trying to out-sing each other to this one unit, and just blended perfectly. And the song was Lo How a Rose Air Blooming, and it was a cappella. And I don't remember the words or the tune, but I remember the expression on Mrs. Worrell's face while we were singing. Because reading her mind, she was saying, yes, oh my God, they're freaking doing this, they're gonna freaking win this competition. And just that energy between her just kind of surged through us. And we just felt so at ease. And it was like there's just 4 people in a room by ourselves singing. And when we finished, we knew he'd given the performance of a lifetime. And we knew without a doubt that we were not leaving that auditorium without at least a second place medal. Call me a pessimist or a realist, glass half empty. I just didn't want to get my hopes up and didn't want the jealous guys to hear me, bragging, okay, I knew we won first place, but deep down we knew. And more importantly, so did every other team that had to go after us, because we took that bar and we just yanked it and threw it through the roof. And unbeknownst to me, the other 2 girls in the trio had decided that they were going to bring a change of clothes, because we were in our chorus uniforms. And we looked like we were modeling uniforms for US Air flight attendants. In our navy skirts and our red blouse and navy bow. And not very most comfortable thing, but they kind of really committed a major teenage infraction by deciding, that we are not going to be wearing the same thing Sandy is at this point. So we had decided that if we won, that I would accept the award on behalf of the team. Now there was this one team that we knew if anyone was going to give us a run for our money, it was going to be them. And they were wearing matching floral dresses with big puffy sleeves. And nobody looks good in a matching floral dress with big puffy sleeves. And being the mature 17-year-olds we were at the time, I'm sure our reaction was like, oh my God, seriously? It's like not Easter, so why are you wearing those? And I'm sure for every time we refer to them as flower girls, they probably called us the stewardesses behind our backs. But when we got to the award ceremony, and the MC announced that the Flower Girls had won second place, Now, I was supposed to be accepting this award on behalf of Memorial, even representing Memorial Day School too, and I would do so in the most dignified manner. But when they announced us, I didn't hear it that way, because to me I heard it like, Sandy, Karlin, come on down. You just won first place. Because I jumped out of my seat and I literally ran down the aisle like an idiot. I mean, I can close my eyes and see myself doing it. It's like, I still can't believe that. But I don't really remember if Mimi and Leslie followed me or anything, because somebody, put this little trophy in my hand. And it was as if Queen Elizabeth herself had walked up to me, taken off her crown, and handed it to me. And it's kind of a piece of junk, I guess, to some people, but I've decided that from this point on, it's sort of a symbol that I can do anything. So when somebody tells me that I'm not funny enough, or that I'm shy and I can't do this little trophy says, yes, Sandy, you can. Just give it your best shot.